Since around the time I started this channel, I've spent nearly all my free time critiquing other writers' manuscripts. I've done a lot of this in critique groups alongside other people, and I've noticed a common problem among critique partners as they gain writing and critiquing experience, myself included. That problem is that at some point we stopped reading like readers in addition to reading like writers. What I mean by that is we look so closely at the rules, the mechanics, the cringy similes, the self-indulgent smirks to the reader, the strings of 18 subordinate clauses in a single sentence, that we never read the story we're presented as, well, a story. In our quest to weed out what isn't good enough, we no longer consider if we like it. Most critique partners never have this problem, because they never move on from reading as a reader to begin with. From them, the pre-critical, "yeah, I liked it," is all you'll ever hear. This problem of ours is advanced, but I believe to give useful critique we must read both as writers and readers. These are the 3 strategies I adopted to find a useful balance. Hopefully they'll help you too. First, ignore mechanics on the initial read-through. Ignore mechanics on the initial read-through. When someone hands you their manuscript, shove aside as many of the grammar and punctuation errors as you can, trying to imagine a polished version of the story instead. Imagine you have no opportunity to change what's in front of you, and instead read for your enjoyment. Focus on character and story and ask whether it evokes emotion in you, regardless of whether it's your typical genre. Once you've given yourself the opportunity to build a fair first impression, then go back through with your red pen. Second, recognize the author's vision. Recognize the author's vision. Every writer has a purpose behind their writing, and you, the critique partner, have no right to impose your own vision upon it. If the writer is trying to put food on the table with pulp, romance, or thriller, avoid complaining about the lack of literary merit. If the writer is writing dark fantasy about a morally ambiguous street sweeper, maybe if that character is likable or not doesn't matter, no matter what it says in the craft books. So long as you aren't wounding your own conscience by making yourself a part of creating the story, let the author's vision take precedence over your writerly sensibilities. And third, don't take critique personally. Don't take the critique personally. Usually we have to tell this to the person submitting the manuscript, not the person critiquing. People sometimes take criticism of their work to the heart and become miserable because someone made them feel like their work was garbage. We as the critique partners also need to keep ourselves from becoming emotionally invested in our own critique. It's not a big deal if the writer thinks our critique is worthless, and we as individuals are likely not dropping any cataclysmic truth bombs that will change forever the writer's perspective on their work. More likely, a single critique partner is one among many, and the trends among the body of critique will tell the reader when something truly doesn't work, more than our own little incisive tip. When we stop thinking what the critique partner has to say is more important than what the writer has to say, I believe we become better at that critique. These strategies helped me grow as a critique partner, and I hope they can help you as well. What other advice do you have for becoming a better critique partner? I am eager to hear it. I still have a huge space to grow, so please comment your advice down below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it or didn't find it helpful, hit the thumbs down. Have a great night, and see you next time.